It's time for Top That Trade. Joining us today, Phil Flynn, a Fox Business Network contributor, and Scott Bauer, the CEO of Prosper Trading Academy, filling in for Alan Nuckman. Here we go, guys, with round number one. Storm warning. Companies now have $15 trillion of debt on the books. Does that pose a threat to the stock market?
14 of that is yours.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, listen, the corporate debt is one of the biggest issues. We saw in Davos where all the billionaires and millionaires came in with their private planes, and they're saying corporate debt is an issue. But I have to say, there is good debt and there's bad. And I think part of the debt that a lot of these companies have taken on is because interest rates were low. They were expanding their business, and that's why you have such great growth in the U.S.
And you know, I hate to do this, but I have to agree with Phil because the excess that you know the big corporates people are talking about is the good tranche debt.
Right.
And there's different levels, like Phil said, of debt. And the excess right now is at the good stuff.
Speaking of the good stuff, round number two, coffee jolt. Growers are having to go higher up into the mountains just to get the good stuff. So what will this mean for coffee prices?
You know, this global warming stuff, it's crazy. Now it's going to make coffee extinct. Why can't they just get the coffee beans and plant them somewhere else?
I want to grow them in my backyard.
Yes. I mean, if we're going to have global warming here, we can have coffee trees here, the Chicago blend.
Yep.
It doesn't get any better than that. But I'll tell you this, when it comes down to the coffee, there's a lot of great coffee stocks. You got your Starbucks, you got your Crafts. So coffee, I think, you know, is at a relatively low price, and we should keep prices low. So if we're worried about losing coffee, why are prices so cheap?
Yeah, I don't see any immediate issue here. You know, you look at some of the reports, and yes, you know, the coffee bean that most people use, this Arabica, I think it's called. I think that's probably what I drink every morning.
Yep.
It's starting to get maybe a little bit more scarce because of global warming and because some of the growers have to go higher and higher. But with all of the expectations and everything that I read is there's not going to be an issue. We're talking literally for 40, 50, 60 years. And if I'm still drinking coffee, if I'm still drinking coffee in 40 years, that's the last thing on my mind is how much I got to pay for it.
There you go.
Let's take it now to round number three, mini piggies. There's a problem of supersized swine in the market. What's your outlook for pork?
We've heard about the mini pigs, like these little tiny pigs, and people have a bet, and they grow up to 500 pounds, and they can't get rid of them. Hello.
Exactly.
One of the things you can feed them. That might be a good idea. But you know what? Let's talk about the larger pork market here in the U.S. You know, pork prices, of course, they have been going up with the cold weather, but basically been struggling because we have a lot of supply here because of China. Am I right?
Totally. And you know what? The whole mini pig thing, it's really just a fad. Much like Phil just said, also, people are getting sold these mini pigs with the expectation that they're going to be like a pet that you keep, you know, in a kennel or in a cage in your house, and they grow up to be 200, 300, 400 pounds. So there's no issue whatsoever. The mini pig drama that's out there is not going to affect the pork market. And for right now, we do have an oversupply.
Here's your bonus round question for today. There's news out this week that Sweetheart candies will not be abundantly on the market this year.
What? No, I didn't hear this.
Wait. Say that again.
Cancel Valentine's Day.
Totally disappointed me.
No way.
I thought everybody knew that.
No.
No, I mean, I always look forward to Scott sending the Be Mine stuff to me.
I always send them a week ahead to Phil.
I know. I get them early.
Well, here's the question. Which company is stepping up to help out? Will it be Krispy Kreme, Hershey, or Goodyear Tire?
Holy
wow.
smokes.
Well, you know, Hershey would be the obvious one, so I'm not
going to go
with Hershey.
You know Krispy
Kreme would be next in line just because of the food industry. I'm going Goodyear Tire.
I got to go with the tire guy.
The answer is Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme will be writing those cute little sayings on donuts.
No, man.
The tire guys have so much love in their hearts. I can't believe it.
Well, do not let this get you down. Business First AM continues right after this.